let's learn about Coca-Cola.
Let's see a man lose his shit about Coca-Cola.
Now, so this is a fat electrician. This is the fat electrician on, let's see, Coke's secret recipe is the world's biggest psy-op. I have seen this episode before. Ozgan's seen this episode. Puzzle has not.
Yeah.
If you guys want to say anything or anything like that, just like start talking and I'll pause the video really quick. Well, because I'm going to be talking over this a little bit, and I'm going to try to pause whenever I can. And let's get to watch it.
You know it's going to be a good video when I am legitimately worried about getting sued. Today we're talking about the biggest...
What a way to intro.
You know it's going to be good when I'm about to get sued.
Says the man that, made a whole binder on the Buffalo education system.
Oh my god, that was a big one. Once again, we'll get derailed if we go off that one, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
Full psy-op of all time when a Confederate colonel got wounded on the battlefield, got addicted to morphine, so in order to overcome his morphine addiction, created a new medication made out of wine, caffeine, and cocaine that he would later market as a soft drink that would become the most popular soda of all time, Coca-Cola.
Wine, caffeine, and cocaine. What? Wine? I forgot the ingredients that he listed at the beginning, but wine, caffeine, and cocaine. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Feel the cease and desist already, but we're going to get into it right after word from our sponsor.
Oh.
Delete me.
What are you wearing?
You don't like it?
I mean, it's cute. You've been watching way too much Hell on Wheels, though.
Well, I like their style, and I like the way they dress. I actually got you this hat, so you can come follow me.
What is happening right now?
Don't question
Do
it.
you want to watch me churn butter or not?
I gotta go. I'll be back in a fortnight. Anyways, delete me. Biggest sponsor of the channel.
How did people not die? That's the funny part. They did. Probably. I don't know.
You guys know the deal by now. You give them money, they make sure the data brokers on the internet are not selling your personal information. These data brokers are legally required to stop selling your information if you ask them to the right way. Unfortunately, each data broker has a different...
Ask them to do the right way. Okay, for this data broker, you need to be doing a handstand and ask them pretty please. This one, you still need to do the handstand, but if you say pretty in any way, shape, or form, they'll just ignore you. So you have to say, like, would you please?
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly?
This person over here, you can't say that at all. You have to be like, I beg your finest pardon, but would you please stop doing this? And that person over there, you just have to point a gun at them and say, stop.
Yeah.
But if you do that to any of the other ones, you're going to jail. So...
right way. And Delete Me knows all of them. Not only do they go and they get all that information taken down, they continue to monitor all these data brokers in case they get your information again, and then they tell them to quit selling it again. Buh! You can actually do all that yourself. Buh! I mean, yeah, you could. You could also wire your own house and grow your own food, but at some point it becomes more cost and time effective to just let the professionals do their job, and plus, they'll probably do a better job to begin with. I mean, here's the results they got for me. They reviewed over 18,000 listings from over 180 different data brokers and gotten over 3,000 listings removed almost every single month. And to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how long that would have taken me to do it if I decided to do it myself, but I'm 100% sure I would rather just pay Delete Me like $6 a month to do it for me.
As somebody who's been doing like actual content creation like full time for a few months now, there ain't no fucking time to do that shit.
Oh no, absolutely.
There is no time. Oh my god, like I there has been days where it's been like, okay, I'm going to do a nice 4-hour stream. 6 hours later, I might get off stream, and then I'm going to be sitting in front of my computer for the next 4 or 5 hours doing editing and off-screen stuff. And at some points in there, I'm going to be playing some sort of video game just to give my brain a break for 5 minutes. And then I hate my life because I play rage games like an idiot.
That.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm an idiot and I hate myself. Sounds about right? Yep.
So if you're like me and you wanted to give Delete Me a try, I'm going to have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins with John Pemberton, a man that...
I like his beard.
It's a good
Yeah.
beard.
It's a good beard, and that beard does not match the hair, though.
He looks like a friend of ours, actually. Kind of funny.
Oh gosh, he does.
Your friend made Coke? A cola?
I mean, he does live in California, so...
Oh, well, there you go. I just got hit in the nose with a treasure imp. I feel very assaulted right now.
Nah.
It was like
Oh,
that. Hey, what's that on your shirt? And then you flick them in the nose. It was like that, but with a treasure imp.
Wow.
received his medical degree at the age of 19 years old, who would later go on to be a colonel in the Civil War and receive a saber wound at
19, and he got his medical degree.
Look, when the standard medical practice is, oh, does your tooth hurt? Yeah, let's drill a hole in your skull and give you leeches.
Fair. But still.
And what about an injection of mercury?
Yeah, that'll help.
That's
And- I got a brand new drug idea, guys. We're going to take cocaine, wine, and caffeine and shove it together.
heroin.
19 years old, who would later go on to be a colonel in the Civil War and receive a saber wound at the Battle of Columbus and subsequently get addicted to morphine. Being a doctor, John
Fair.
realized that being addicted to morphine was not ideal, so he needed to find an alternative, and the one thing he found that worked was a cola wine called Vin Mariani. Now, coca wine at this point in time was a pretty popular product. It was exactly what
wine.
it sounds like. It was wine mixed with coca leaves, and coca leaves is what you derive cocaine from. I know what you're wondering. How much party powder are we putting inside of this wine? Great question. Well, Vin Mariani, for example, was approximately 7.2 milligrams of cocaine per fluid ounce, and a bottle was about 25 ounces for about a total of 180 milligrams of Colombian nose torque.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Again,
Please.
milligrams not super helpful in trying to figure out how much yayo they're actually putting inside the wine, so I'll put it to you
Nibble just said, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that's a fair
He-
amount there.
He threw a lot of numbers and everything at me there, so I'm still trying to like fully grasp what he just said. Hopefully, he's giving a little bit more of a. That's so much. Like, oh my fucking god.
this way.
Hold on,
The
hold on a
devil's
minute.
dandruff is not just an illegal street drug, it is a medication that is used in the
Okay.
medical industry for certain medical procedures, and according to the standards of those procedures, the maximum dose that you should give someone is approximately 160 milligrams. And
Okay, 160 milligrams, and how
Well-
much was in the the coca wine?
Hmm.
grams of
It's
Colombian
so
nose
much.
torque. It's about 25 sample was approximately 7.2 milligrams of cocaine per fluid ounce, and a bottle was about 25 ounces.
Oh,
7.2. Yeah, that's
Wow.
7.2
that's
per. Okay,
Per fluid
7.25 times 20.
There's 8
Oh.
fluid ounces per.
That's
That's
150.
that's a fair amount.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Oh no.
For about a total of 180 milligrams of Colombian nose
There it
torque.
is, 180.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Again, milligrams not super helpful in trying to figure out how much yayo they're actually putting inside
Yayo.
the wine, so I'll put it to you this way. The devil's dandruff is not just an illegal street drug, it is a medication that is used in the medical industry for certain medical procedures, and according to the standards of those procedures, the maximum dose that you should give someone is approximately 160 milligrams. And according to Google, the average recreational dose is approximately 30 to 70 milligrams, so it's safe
Oh.
to say they're putting a lot of Peruvian marching powder inside of the wine. And
When I
That is 30 milligram is the recreational amount.
That's
and
the rec-
there's 100.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep, 180 he said was in this drink. The recreational
And,
amounts
yeah.
like 30 to 70, and the practical dose
But
for
it's
using in medicine was 125 at best.
but it's a 27 ounce bottle of
Mm-hmm.
wine.
Mm-hmm.
And how much is in a glass of wine? Usually about 5 to 8 ounces or so. That's still
Yeah.
about that's about your recreational amount, give or take.
Hey. If try only having just one cup. Try to have one. how the old commercials go? Bet you can't have one. Also, when I do the edit of this, I'm going to have to put I need to remind myself to put a counter of how many different forms of cocaine name he puts into this video. I need a counter. Because I'm pretty sure we're already up to almost double digits.
This apparently helped John Pemberton with his morphine addiction for obvious reasons.
So you may want to ask your doctor about a little bump.
So after a
Little
while,
bump.
John is like, you know what? I should make my own version of this. I should make an even better version. You know what this needs? It needs caffeine in it as well.
I will not make garbage. We will produce a chemically pure and stable product that performs as advertised.
So he essentially makes a knockoff of Vin Mariani's Coca wine and then adds cola nuts to get caffeine in there as well. And his recipe...
Nut.
I got you covered.
Thank you, Oz. And Nibble says, just make a video that just clips every name he makes.
I bet you there's a compilation somewhere out there of him just of just the euphemisms.
For different, like,
For-
drug names and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. We're only 3.5 minutes into this, guys. This is going to be
Do a
intense.
19-minute video.
This is a 19-minute video. My reaction video is probably going to be like 40 minutes. Come on, what the hell?
has about 40 milligrams of caffeine and about 9 milligrams of nose beer. Coca leaves, coca, cola nuts, cola. This is where we get Coca-Cola from.
Coca-Cola!
Makes sense now.
So he brings Coca-Cola to market, marketing it as a medication in 1866, and within a matter of months, the county that he resides in, Fulton County out of Atlanta, passes a temperance legislation that they are going to ban alcohol, so he can no longer have wine inside of Coca-Cola, so he has to switch over and changes it to carbonated water. The problem is, taking the wine out and adding carbonated water makes the entire thing taste like crap, and nobody's gonna want to drink it, so he adds a shit ton of sugar.
Sugar. More. More.
So he takes that to market, starts selling that as an
More! More!
Oh no, Egger.
More!
Egger, you ain't
Over the-
right.
I am right. There's something wrong with him.
That ain't
Some
right.
counter
That
medication to treat general exhaustion and headaches because apparently it's hard to have a headache when you can't feel your face. So he sells that for a couple.
Yeah, it's
I can't feel my face. Do you have a headache? No!
it's like that bit from Major Payne. Kid's got guy's got like a stomach ache. Come here, give me a finger. Snaps his finger. Oh my God, my finger. Does your tummy ache anymore? No. Yeah,
There, I fixed it. But now my finger hurts. All right, give me your foot.
yeah.
Does your finger still hurt? Yeah, but also my foot hurts. Guess we're gonna have to go deeper. Give me your leg.
Give me your liver.
Exhaustion and headaches because apparently it's hard to have a headache when you can't feel your face. So he sells that for a couple of years and then he is diagnosed with an aggressive form of stomach cancer that rapidly brings about the end of his life. But right before his passing, he determines that his son does not want to take over the family business. So he sells it to a local Atlanta pharmacist by the name of Asa Chandler for approximately $300, which is about 10 grand today.
Damn good.
Damn.
Now, when Asa takes over the company, they are not
great
making a
deal.
lot of money.
That's a
They're
good
not
deal.
selling a whole lot. That's why it was sold for such a low price. But he gets to marketing right away. He uses his pharmacy. He reaches out to all of his pharmacist buddies, gets the names and addresses of every single person that's getting any type of medication, and just starts sending them coupons for a free sample of Coca-Cola. And he does this in the hope that it would bring about a new wave of life.
The first one's always free. The first one's free.
Put a pinch between your cheek and gum.
Lifelong customers to Coca-Cola, and it was definitely him operating on blind hope and faith, not him being a pharmacist knowing for a fact that he was giving out coupons for free caffeine and cocaine-laced sugar water. So obviously that went great, got a whole new wave of customers, at which point he realizes, you know what, I'm gonna quit marketing this as an over-the-counter medication, and I'm gonna start marketing it as like a daily soft drink that anybody can drink just whenever they want as a refreshment. You know, a little pick-me-up.
A little bump.
Now, to be fair, this is not unique. There's like 50 other products on the shelf at this point in time, all basically the same exact thing. The difference is Asa Chandler decides that he's going to take a bunch of his profits and he's going to use that in marketing. There's banners, billboards, magazine ads, they're all over the place. And then since he's now a soft drink and not a medication, he doesn't actually have to market all the ingredients in his product, and he just kind of like conglomerates all of the secret recipe and labels it as Merchandise 7X, and it becomes Coca-Cola's secret recipe, which also helps with marketing because you get to say, I have a secret recipe and nobody else is like us. Everybody wants our secret recipe.
The most important ingredient of all, 4 heaping pounds of freshly ground.
Okay.
Nose candy.
That's great.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Warned you.
And in doing that,
just,
I warned
just the Coca-Cola over his eyes.
Oh, it's great.
you.
And in doing that, Coca-Cola becomes the name brand popular version of all these products, and that's the one that succeeds the most. So by the 1890s, things are going great for Coca-Cola, and then in 1895, they revolutionized marketing by coming out with a new marketing campaign known as the Coca-Cola Girls. Basically, they figured, you know what would go great with our party powder drink? Attractive females. This is one of the first cases of sex sells ever used. Now to us, this seems obvious, but this is like the first time this has ever happened. So at the time, this was like,
Speaking of the Coca-Cola girls, I have a dice. I have a little tin that I keep some D&D dice in, and it is one of the old. It's one of the old Coca-Cola girl tins.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. It's not one of the antique. Well, technically, it's an antique because it was this one's like a reproduction from the late 80s or 90s.
Oh dang! Drink Coca-Cola. Relieves fatigue. Sold everywhere for 5 cents.
Copyright 1996.
Dang. I was 6 years old.
Yeah. But yeah, relieves fatigue. No kidding. It's cocaine and caffeine and sugar.
Yep. It's going to have one hell of a drop, but... What was that puzzle?
How does it do that?
How'd that work? I don't get it. Just
yeah, those drugs are a hell of a drug.
What do you mean it's going to wake me? I don't feel any different. I don't feel any different, man. More?
a stroke of genius that would go on to become one of the standards of marketing for the rest of forever. And from here, they just keep going. They just keep putting more and more of their profits back into marketing. When radio becomes popular, they've got ads all over the radio. When TV becomes popular, they've got ads all over the TV. They start working with actors and famous athletes. Coca-Cola is absolutely everywhere. But then they experience kind of a setback because by the early 1900s, the United States government is really cracking down on, I'm running out of euphemisms for cocaine. Nose candy. They're really cracking down on nose cane. And this, in large part, is kind of fueled by racism. There's literally a New York Times article that I'm not even going to read the title.
Oh, my.
Southern medicine. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, yeah,
Yep,
he's got it blurred out there.
Yep. No. Man, I could go for 5 runs. No, not a 5K run. 5K runs.
Oh, gosh.
That's why old people are grumpy. Back in the day, our sody pops had drugs. Now I gotta go be the Home Depot. Behind the Home Depot.
Shoot, I just gotta ask one of the guys at work. No joke, I've worked with former cocaine addicts. And man, they do good work. they build stuff so fast.
Well, yeah, they got so much energy, and it's like if I keep working, I don't get the cravings, so I'm just going to keep working.
Yeah, I got to talking to one of them, and he said, "You know what? I had my first kid, and I said, nope, I can't have a kid and cocaine. He stopped cold turkey.
Damn,
that's impressive.
Fucking respect.
Yeah,
absolute respect. But yeah, we'll continue with this. But yes, racist newspaper. Who'da thunk?
Oh yeah. Oh, see, it was the fashion at the time to just call them that.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's get off this freeze frame.
Title of that goes on to claim that when a black man takes cocaine, he becomes impervious to bullets. I'm not joking. Here's the article. So now,
Wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, look,
Proof against
if
bullets.
I can't feel
Oh, go ahead.
look, if I can't feel anything, I'm gonna be impervious to bullets too.
It's true. Let's see here. Proof against bullets, but the drug produces several other conditions that make the fiend a peculiarly, oh my god, dangerous criminal. One of these conditions is a temporary immunity to shock at a resistance to the knockdown effects of fatal wounds. Wow, what is this, an RPG? And not the
It sounds like it.
and not the weapon RPG, just a roleplay game. Bullets fired into vital parts that would drop a sane man in his tracks, fail to check the fiend, fail to stop his rush, or weaken his attack. They are literally talking about it as if it's like an MMO right now.
Yeah. That is wild.
A few weeks ago, Dr. Seal's method of preventing shock and anesthesia patients by the use of cocaine preparations was described in these columns. A similar fortification against these conditions seemed to be produced in the cocaine sniffing. Oh, he blurred out that word. Like, what would that word be? Oh, God. A recent experience of Chief of Police Learley of Asheville, NC, illustrates this particular phase of cocainism. The chief was informed that a hitherto inoffensive word, with whom he was well acquainted, was running amok in a cocaine frenzy, had attempted to stab a shopkeeper, and was at the moment engaged in beating up in various members of his own household. Oh my god. Being fully aware of the respect that the word was for brass buttons, and incidentally, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Captain America prototype backstory. Oh, yeah. Different kinds of drugs. Yep.
So now Coca-Cola's got to take the booger sugar out of the secret recipe, but guess what? So does everybody else. So Coca-Cola isn't really affected, and they remain the dominant actor in the soft drink arena.
I am invincible!
So by the 1920s, they're crushing it. They've got the entire market on lock, and they're like, who do we target next? Let's target kids. If we get them hooked while they're young, while their brains are still malleable and squishy, we'll have lifelong customers. So by the 1920s, they start associating themselves with Santa Claus. Now, fast forward like 20 years, all the kids that grew up on Coca-Cola and Santa Claus are now getting involved in World War II and have to get shipped off to war. And at this point in time, Coca-Cola is all over the planet, including Germany.
This is a wild part. This is wild.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But yeah, even when I was a kid, like I remember all the Coca-Cola ads were like all winter themed. They had the polar bears. They would show Santa Claus every single time it got even remotely close to September. Not December. Not December. September.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes October even. And yeah, it was just, yeah, no, it was definitely a kid's drink, or at least that's how it was marketed. It should never have been.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, is he gonna go into the Fanta story?
Yes, he is.
Oh heck yeah.
Coca-Cola is literally Adolf Hitler's favorite.
Hitler on his third Coca-Cola, 9 a.m. One would imagine.
No, and that rocking right there, that's before the.
That's before his fifth.
No, that he was getting the old recipe on that one.
True. Here in Germany, we get the good shit.
Drink at this point in time. But after Pearl Harbor and Germany declares war on the United States of America, obviously America is no longer going to be doing trade with Nazi Germany, so Germany can no longer get Coca-Cola. I don't know what you're thinking. If there's already Coca-Cola plants in Germany, why can't Germany just seize the Coca-Cola plants and continue making their own version of Coca-Cola? Well, because the way this works is the raw condensed syrup that makes up Coca-Cola when added with carbonated water.
Wait. Draw 1 ounce of Coca-Cola in 7-ounce glasses, then fill glass with large stream of soda water. Stirring with a spoon that Coca-Cola may be thoroughly, I can't read that word, but yeah, to dispense. Yeah, it's basically just
thoroughly mixed.
Oh, thoroughly mixed. Yeah, that's the word. That's the word. Yeah, it's basically just the special syrup they put in the vending machines at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Smoking was once promoted by doctors. True.
Yep.
Camel and Marlboro, to be honest. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just
and then
syrup.
what did he
Yeah.
die of again? Lung cancer? Mouth cancer?
No,
Tongue
no,
cancer?
totally not. Totally not. Because of the water. He was drinking too much water. It ruined him.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yes.
Yes.
Is all made in the United States, and then it is shipped all over the world to bottling plants where they mix it with the carbonated water and bottle it. So they actually don't know how to make the concentrated syrup because it's a secret recipe. So once they cut off the supply of concentrated syrup, they can no longer make Coca-Cola. So these bottling plants in Germany need to come up with their own version of Coca-Cola, and they don't know what they're doing. So they just start using a bunch of food waste, like extra fiber and stuff left over from fruit, and they end up making a fruitier version of Coca-Cola that ends up being called Fanta, and this is where Fanta comes from. Now,
Guys, Fanta is a Nazi drink.
I always associated it with Mexico because they're the commercials in the 90s.
Yep.
the narrator always had a Spanish accent, and they always had Latinas dancing in the background.
What was it?
In the commercials.
Don't you wanna Fanta?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And apparently those ads were only run in North America.
Oh, really?
They had an entirely different ad campaign in Europe.
Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't fit to Europeans, right? It wouldn't make sense to them.
Yeah, well, because I found this out because there was some European was, or some American was saying somebody asked him when they were in Europe, "Do you want a Fanta?" And they said, "Mm-hmm," and nobody got the joke. So that's how he found out. Oh, that's a North American exclusive.
That's funny. Trying to, I want a Fanta. Don't you want a Fanta? They're like, what are you talking about, man? You just want a Fanta? Come on, just take the drink. So, oh, okay, yep. No, don't worry about it. They don't get it.
Yeah,
I do like Fanta pineapple. Yeah, the Fanta's really good. And
oh yeah.
Please don't shy away from drinking Fanta just because, it was made by Nazis originally.
We reclaimed it.
We reclaimed it. They made Fanta because they wanted Coca-Cola that badly. Actually, sorry, their Fuhrer wanted it.
Part of Operation Paperclip. We got all the Nazi scientists and Fanta.
POV history shit. I was afraid of the fascist Fanta.
Back on the American front, they're starting to ration things, and one of the biggest things that gets rationed is sugar. So Coca-Cola ends up, paying a bunch of politicians and then going over to these rationing boards and are like, hey, Coca-Cola is essential. You can't cut our sugar ration. And thanks to paying off politicians and also everybody loving Coca-Cola at this point in time, the government agrees, so Coca-Cola is allowed to keep putting just as much sugar into their drink as they always have, and most other brands are forced to cut back on the sugar, making Coca-Cola by far and away the best soda around.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Hey, our drink is essential. People need this thing. Why? Because they're hooked on it. You do not understand. They will turn into zombies.
Look, have you seen what happens when soldiers are denied their nicotine and caffeine?
Mm-hmm. Oh god, yeah.
This is for the safety of the enemy.
Are you kidding? Have you ever seen a granny being denied their morning coffee? That's terrifying.
Sugar! Need sugar! Hey, they're not riding the white horse anymore.
And then Coca-Cola has a stroke of genius. I don't know if they intended it to work out this way.
That wouldn't count for the counter. I think that one counts for the counter.
I think it counts.
I think that counts for the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it did, they basically come out and say, hey, we support the American troops. We're going to guarantee that any American service member, no matter where they are in the world, can get themselves a cold Coca-Cola for the same 5 cents. We are literally willing to lose money on every single soda if it means getting these guys a taste of home. Now, Coca-Cola is supporting the troops. The American people love it. The government loves it. And Coca-Cola approaches the government and is like, hey, it's getting awfully expensive getting Coca-Cola all the way around the planet in the Pacific theater and the European theater. How would you guys feel about helping fund us build some more bottling plants out in more remote locations? So the US government and taxpayers essentially fund the building of 65 Coca-Cola bottling plants all over the world.
God damn. Coca-Cola's basically got the government in their pocket.
I mean, look, you've probably heard it so many times before.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing you can ever do for your own bank account is to buy a politician.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean,
you're not wrong. Someone who as someone who worked at Starbucks, never deny someone's caffeine or sugar intake. Karen's without coffee, a psy-op secret weapon.
Heck yeah.
Oh yes, that makes sense. And basically, they did own the government.
Yeah.
It wasn't the United States of America, it was the United States of Coca-Cola. Oh dear.
Now, this does several things. A, it galvanizes the support of this entire generation that they now love Coca-Cola because it was the one thing they got to taste when they were away from home for 4 years fighting in World War II. And 2, it exposes the rest of the world to Coca-Cola because now the American troops are drinking it and they're giving it out to all these other civilians and all these other territories that they're occupying, giving it even further reach all over the planet. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you that Coca-Cola has just convinced the American taxpayer to fund their global expansion while the United States military turns into the biggest sales force on the planet. So World War II ends, Coca-Cola resumes control of all the bottling plants that were captured by Nazi Germany, and now they have a new popular soda known as Fanta. On top of that, they're more popular than ever. They are galvanized.
Hey kids, want some drugs?
Yeah, basically.
This is some of the good stuff we got from Germany.
Still got that booger sugar in it.
They didn't clean out the vats well enough in this batch. God.
With the greatest generation because Coca-Cola was the official soda of World War II. Time passes. By the 1950s, 1960s, studies are coming out saying like, hey, maybe drinking caffeinated sugar water is bad for you if you're drinking 12 of these things a day. So,
oh yeah. Let's see here. Good thing I only drink 11. True, if you drank 12, you'd be in real trouble.
Coca-Cola wanting to kind of pivot a little bit is like, okay, well, we should get into the healthier drink market. What's something healthy? Fruit juice. What's that super popular brand that was developed in World War II to help soldiers get vitamin C? Minute Maid. They buy out Minute Maid and now they own that too. And this is where the psy-op really begins because as time passes, it becomes more and more apparent that soda actually is not that healthy for you. And because of that, the rules on how you're allowed to market and what you're allowed to say get more and more strict, particularly in marketing to children. So Coca-Cola's like, fuck it, I'm gonna find a loophole. We're just gonna spend $750 million and we're gonna buy out Columbia Pictures in 1982. And then all the movies that come out of this major production studio are all gonna feature Coca-Cola in subliminal advertisements. Okay, you think it was a coincidence that Ralph Macchio was drinking Minute Maid at breakfast with his mom, and then when he's training in the kitchen with Mr. Miyagi, he's drinking an ice cold Sprite, also a Coca-Cola product? Absolutely not. It's actually documented that Ralph Macchio was mad at how much product placement that Coca-Cola was making him do in that movie, so he tried to conceal the fact that he was drinking a Sprite, and Coca-Cola and the studio made him refilm that scene and show the Sprite for a certain amount of time in that particular scene.
God.
You think it was a coincidence that Ghostbusters and Coca-Cola marketed so hard together that if you drank enough Coca-Cola, you could literally win the Ghostbusters mobile? Absolutely not. The entire thing, all of the movies that came out in the 1980s out of Columbia Pictures was one giant psyop to get you to drink Coca-Cola.
That is intense.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, they went all in on marketing.
Oh, did they ever? And nowadays, the only thing that's going all in on marketing is freaking AI shit.
Yeah, have you seen their last 2 Holidays Are Coming commercials?
No, I don't think so.
Oh gosh, was it 2024? They remade the Holidays Are Coming commercial with AI. and then just
Oh,
touched it up with artists, like had artists touch it up and add text and stuff.
yeah.
It was dog water. And they
Yeah.
redid it again this past Christmas, and it was slightly better.
But still.
Yeah, it was it was bad.
That's,
It was real bad.
oh no. Oh, you know what? That's at least a blessing in disguise. If that at least hurts Coca-Cola's bottom dollar, they'll be like, this AI shit is bull crap. We tried this 2 years in a row and it ruined things. We're done. And I think
there's no way it hurt them.
No, that's true. All it has to do is just like pass a certain bar of things, and it'll still be fine. I mean, like, look at Temu.
Yeah.
Look at Temu with all its AI shit, and it's making bank. Dang it. Oh well. Well, is what it is.
Yeah.
Was so well known in Hollywood that Clint Eastwood refused to have any Coca-Cola products in any of his movies because he was mad that they cast Ralph Macchio as the Karate Kid and not his son.
That's awesome.
And the marketing doesn't just stop there, right? They are targeting kids all over the place. Officially, according to their policy, they don't market to anybody under the age of 13, which you can make an argument for with movies. However, I don't think you can really make an argument for that when you're putting your branding on a bunch of toys all over the toy section, right? They're on trucks, they're on Barbie dolls, they've got game cell phone apps, they're sponsoring kids' sports teams, they're all over amusement parks, they're absolutely everywhere. This psy-op is so effective, it literally changed the global perception of polar bears, okay? Polar bears are not friendly, cuddly animals that run around the Arctic chugging Coca-Cola. Polar bears are one of the most dangerous apex predators on the planet and one of the only animals known to actively hunt people. You're exaggerating, it's not that big of a deal. No, I'm not, and I can prove it, okay? Because by the 1980s, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were like at the pinnacle of their competition. They had just had their race to the bottom to see who could offer the product the absolute cheapest, and then a lot of people think they engaged in price fixing because they had a meeting behind closed doors, allegedly, and after that meeting, they both decided to take their products back to the normal price and just compete with normal marketing tactics. And what Pepsi did is they had the brilliant idea that they were just gonna compete on taste. What they did is they had a bunch of blind taste test studies, and those studies showed that when you didn't know what the branding was, more people preferred Pepsi than any other flavor. Coca-Cola immediately fired back saying that's not true, that's a lie. They then conducted their own blind taste test studies, and holy shit, that wasn't a lie. People actually do prefer the taste of Pepsi. So Coca-
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's also the other side of the coin where Coke was made before with taste to be good without refrigeration, because there wasn't that much refrigeration when it first came out. Pepsi was. It was made with the idea that, hey, if this is a cold drink, it's going to taste a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
So, but I'm assuming Coke probably did the same thing. And if Pepsi's able to taste good cold, it should be able to taste good, lukewarm or something like that as well.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, as long as it's below room temp, I'm fine with Pepsi. I mean, that's something I did at work for a long time was, I'd have a case of Pepsis and just keep them in the shade.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, and that was enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Personally, I think I like Coke better. Pepsi is too, like, how do I even explain this? It's kind of like too soft, I guess? Too soft of a flavor? Or too soft of a feeling? I'm not too sure how to really explain it. It's just, it tastes off. But then again, I've been drinking mostly Coca-Cola my entire life.
Yeah.
I didn't start drinking Pepsi really until, I think, high school. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, video. Still got like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola went ahead and developed a new flavor that outcompeted the original Coca-Cola and Pepsi in the blind taste test trials, and then they launched the new Coke. And when Coca-Cola discontinued the original Coke and had their new flavor of Coke come out that was supposed to be better in every single way, people were absolutely fucking pissed. The psy-op was so effective over generations that it convinced people that Coca-Cola wasn't just a product.
Dr. Pemberton.
Where were you when we needed you? I mean, he's been dead for 80 years at that point.
that could be improved upon. No, Coca-Cola was Coca-Cola. It was a fixture in the American community. It was literally like a family relative, and you can't mess with it, okay? It would be like if a scientist was like, hey, you know your cousin Jimmy? Great news. I've invented a new Jimmy that's better in every way. And you're like, that's great, but where the fuck is Jimmy? That motherfucker's not Jimmy.
I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
So Coca-Cola just takes an absolute beating in the marketplace, okay? People are...
You never saw that?
No.
Lady,
What was
apparently,
that?
a lady was on a plane, and then I'm not sure what the whole story was, but she was just pointing at nothing. There was no one there that she was pointing at, and she was just yelling that on a plane.
That's awesome.
I think this was only like last year, maybe the year before. It wasn't that long ago that was happening. And then, unfortunately, someone recorded it. I'm not sure if it was somebody that she was related to or something like that. And then the copycats hit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was causing some mayhem for the planes. It wasn't great.
Don't say if it's funny.
That's fun. It was funny, yeah, true. I personally don't really like public disturbances.
Yeah,
as a practical joke or a means of like content creation. But I don't know if
as long
hers
as
was
it's not like look, if it's holding up an entire flight, then no, get off, get out,
stop that,
leave. But if it's just like somebody making a scene, like in the terminal.
Oh yeah, no, it was on the plane.
Oh yeah, no. Then
yeah, she was on the plane when she did that.
Yeah,
nah. Yeah, nah. Me pointing at Freeform when I see him in my home. Kaza, did you buy my Daki?
Oh no. I keep forgetting you have that thing.
Imagine buying the Daki in secret and then just putting it somewhere secret.
Furious that they've changed Coca-Cola. So eventually they revert back, and it's a huge PR thing. Like, they finally brought Coca-Cola back and their sales absolutely skyrocket, which almost makes you wonder if the entire thing was planned. And if it was, it would be the greatest marketing ploy of all time, but we can't prove that. But what it does prove is that Coca-Cola's marketing psy-op over the course of generations was so outrageously effective that they could literally give the customer a better product in every way for the exact same price. And not only would the customers still prefer the original Coca-Cola, they would demand it. And you can see it again with the secret recipe. The secret recipe is not secret. It's literally on Wikipedia. Yet Coca-Cola still has this like fancy ass vault with a palm scanner and an eye reader and like smoke and red lights and mist showing off where they hide the secret recipe. Everybody knows what the secret recipe is. All you got to do is Google it. It's right there for the taking, but nobody cares because it's still Coca-Cola. You could literally open up your own soda shop today with the exact same product as Coca-Cola, and guess what? Nobody's gonna drink your shit because you're not Coca-Cola. You're not Cousin Jimmy. You're not a member of the family. You haven't been psy-opted into existence for the last 4 generations. Also, that's not true. You can't just recreate Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola has an exclusive deal with the Stefan Company, which is the only company allowed by the DEA to import coca leaves and de-cocainify them. So you wouldn't be allowed to get de-cocaine coca leaves to put in your drink anyways. But my point still stands.
So then you
even
just
if we
have to
lived
go
in
with
magical
regular
fairy tale
cocaine.
land where
It's
you
fine.
could get the
Then you're way more popular.
Then you
am I wrong?
No, probably not. But then you're going to have Coca-Cola is going to be like, okay, we don't need to knock on their door. The FBI will.
Pretty much.
Coca-Cola just calls up the FBI. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Oh, how's kids? Yada, 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 yada. By the way, there's somebody selling Coke. No, not our Coke. Oh, no. Don't worry. Ours is de-cocaine. No, theirs is cocaine. Yeah, you should probably go take care of that. Thanks. It's over in the boulevard. Yeah, you go have fun. Do you want one of our armored trucks?
Nah, I'd win.
Just put the drugs back in. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Then you just give some to the agents.
Yeah.
Get them hooked.
I mean, they already did.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet they don't de-cocaine the coca leaves. They just sell the cocaine and the leftovers go in the soda. Take the cocaine out of the leaf,
probably.
put the leaf in the soda, put the cocaine in the pocket. Everyone's
There
happy.
you go.
Big brain move, mixing Coca-Cola with the mixture. There you go. Double Coke.
your drink anyways. But my point still stands. Even if we lived in magical fairy tale land where you could get the coca leaves and you could somehow make the exact same product and somehow magically sell it for the exact same price despite Coca-Cola's overwhelming manufacturing and distribution capabilities, you would still fail outrageously for no reason other than the fact you're not Coca-Cola, because they have the greatest psy-op of all time on their side and they will always win because of it. And we know this because there's been multiple times throughout history, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, there's always somebody coming forward saying, we found Coke's secret recipe in some old document that we found in an auction house and blah, 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 blah. And every single time Coca-Cola just comes out and says, that's not the secret recipe. Nuh-uh.
That's all I gotta do.
Is it the recipe that makes up Coca-Cola? Yeah, it absolutely is. But it's not the secret recipe, because the secret recipe is not the chemicals and the oils and the coca leaves that Coca-Cola puts inside of their drink. The secret recipe is the marketing itself. The marketing that has gone on for generations and was so outrageously effective that it went from marketing into a psychological...
Oh, yeah. Forgot about Stranger Things being very adamant about this.
I did do that.
Crush the Coca-Cola can. Now with extra sugar.
operation. That is the secret recipe of Coca-Cola, not the ingredients inside of it. And you want to know who knows this? Pepsi knows this, because there was a disgruntled Coca-Cola employee that got a hold of executives over at Pepsi and offered to sell them Coca-Cola's secret recipe, but Pepsi realizes that it's not what makes up Coca-Cola. It's Coca-Cola's marketing and psy-op itself that is the secret recipe. So instead of trying to buy the ingredient list that goes into Coke, they turn that motherfucker over to the FBI.
Yup.
The person, can you imagine that being there when that happened? The person comes crashing through the doors like, I have Coca-Cola's secret recipe. They have screwed me. I will sell it to you for X amount of dollars. And they just look at him like, we don't want it.
No, we already know what the recipe is.
Yeah,
We don't care.
We don't care. We have our own recipe. Kick rock. Go kick a rock without a shoe. FBI, open up. No.
So yeah, in conclusion, Coca-Cola has the most successful marketing of all time. I don't know where the line is that separates marketing and psychological operation, but I feel fairly certain in saying Coca-Cola passed it a while ago. Coca-Cola's marketing is so good, they literally took a Confederate colonel's recipe for his medication to help him overcome his morphine addiction and turned it...
That's right. Wait, he was a Confederate colonel too.
Yeah,
so
he was.
Coca-Cola was made by the Confederates. Fanta was made by the Nazis. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh no. And we all still drink it.
Yep.
Into the most recognizable beverage and one of the most recognizable brands, period, on the planet. Branding that was so successful that it transcended being a product and it became its own entity, meaning that if you were to actually try to change it, you would be fundamentally changing what that product itself was. And in that, there's never been a better demonstration of how overwhelmingly effective just marketing can be. Marketing can be so effective that it is the secret recipe. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack, bang, out.
Bang. Hey yo, book 'em. But yeah, so that's cocaine in a nutshell. Oh wait, sorry, Coca-Cola in a nutshell. That was accidental, but works.
Nah, do I believe you though?
I'm to be perfectly honest. I was legitimately going for Coca-Cola, not cocaine. And then after I said, I'm like, wait a second, roll with it.